Okay. Hey everyone, this is Duskalmaka AestheticGamer, and we're Doki Dokiing up in our Mokiing with the Rokiing. So I should clarify I'm playing this months after the popularity boom of Doki Doki Literature Club. It's another game which I had seen when it first released, but I thought, I was busy recently working on my own stuff. I've done a pretty good job at avoiding playing this without the spoilers, and the problem is I configure a few things from the act of deduction. What I mean by this is that back when this game first released, a lot of people were like, Ryan, play this game. And if there's multiple people trying to play, like, tell me to play a game, what is it most likely? Probably a horror game, which, that's generally how it works. Unfortunately, it's kind of hard to keep the lid if people recommend me things if it's supposed to not look like a horror game. If it is a horror game, I've played some games that don't look like horror games or have the face of not being a horror game that are horror games. So I'm guessing this is one of them. However, when people started telling me that, to tell me to play this, I was like, well, I don't have the time to play this right now. I'm way too busy doing things. And then I decided I'd hold off playing it and just try not to spoil myself on anything. And then I saw it kind of grew up in popularity because it started seeing all over the place. I was like, oh, okay, so it's probably a sign that got people to start liking it. And I'd done a pretty good job at avoiding spoilers, but it started getting to a point where videos started being recommended in my YouTube feed, and I was like, okay, I should probably just play this before I get spoiled on this really bad or something. So here we are with Doki Doki Literature Club. Now I'm going to warn you, I'm playing this at 2 a.m. in the morning. I chose to play it right now because I figured, you know what, I don't want to be fucking spoiled by people, and I'm going to hope that maybe the nighttime audience isn't as vocal. So if anyone's watching this on stream, I dearest ask not to spoil me on this experience. I've done a relatively good job at avoiding spoilers so far, and I'd rather not get spoiled in the act of actually playing it. I'm playing it right now. I'm planning to play through the whole entire thing, so just know that. What else can I say about this? I'm a little bit worried about me playing this. There's a reason why I'm worried. It's not because of the warning right now, but individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may have a safe experience playing this game. For content warning, please visit that website. That's not the reasoning. My reasoning is for those who don't know, make my own little games every once in a while. I've released a few on Steam. The ones I've released on Steam so far include Close Your Eyes, Red Haze, Take the Dream 9, Close Me, and I'm working on some other projects. And unfortunately, a lot of the indie games that blow up have ideas I was kind of interested in, and there's two in particular which I will mention. Some people might remember people who followed me on Facebook ages ago or listened to me talk on stream in the past. I had an idea for a horror game involving a mining museum because I thought a mining museum is not a very common horror setting, which it still isn't, and I still want you to do something with that idea. But my original idea was based off of an experience I had when I was at a mining museum where there was this miner animatronic thing, and this was back in 2012, 2013 as a time context thing. During that time period, I had a interesting experience with a miner robot, like one of those things that's for children. You're supposed to put a coin in, and you get some specialized dented coin or something. But that machine went a little bit haywire. It's kind of malfunctioning. I was there, and it's kind of a creepy experience. I had a really good idea for that. I was like, oh, you know what? Animatronics haven't really been used in the video games. That might be a pretty interesting idea. So I wrote it down on my travels here. I was on a road trip during that period of time. I didn't make it though, and unfortunately, if I was to try and make that idea now I had back then, anything with animatronics in it will obviously be compared to a certain other popular horror franchise. I wonder what I'm most ever talking about. And other people might remember back in 2015, after I released Close Your Eyes on the Steam, I held a questionnaire. And one of my questions, and some of the questions were involving with an idea I had. Was for those who remember this. I was talking about the game Close Your Eyes 2 because I had an idea involving the 1930s cartoon aesthetic. Because personally, I love the old style of cartoons, and I even had taken an animation history class, and I had the idea of maybe making Close Your Eyes 2 based on that sort of creepy era before cartoons were identified to be things for children, back when they were served more for an adult audience. They had this sort of surreal, abstract style. Now, given my idea is very, very different than the game that actually is released, revolved around that, good old Bendy and Ink machine. But when I realized that was the thing that kicked up, I was like, oh, God, fuck, dang it. Because that was another thing that sort of crossed over something which I was interested in doing, and I'm like, oh. Because now if I just do it, everyone's going to think I'm copying that thing. That makes me a little bit sad. Now, I have not played Doki Doki Literature Club, and frankly, I wouldn't make a visual novel per se, but I've even previously toyed with the idea of having a game facade that turns into other things. I haven't done it fully yet. The closest game I've made that's kind of related to this is a game called Girls Graveyard, which starts off as a Pseudo arcade style game, which you play. It's kind of like Pac-Man, but it's based off the 1980s games Girls Garden. I released Girls Graveyard in 2014, and I released the Redux version of that in 2015. I was hoping to do a bigger idea and build off the idea that Girls Graveyard had sometime in the future, but I haven't had a chance to do that yet, given I do have a game somewhat in the style array, but it wasn't the full vision I had of that sort of setting, and I'm a bit worried. Now, I don't actually know anything about Doki Doki Literature Club. I'm going to play it. I'm going to see what it is, but I'm really afraid right now that I'm going to play it, and it's going to stump on another idea I had. I'm going to be like, oh, because now if I fucking do that, people are just going to compare me. Oh. That's my concern. I'm going to voice that right now, because I'm not going to say this for the rest of the playthrough until the very end, because I have my sneaking suspicion. My sneakiest of sneak suspicions. I think I know what direction this game's going to go in. Now, I'm going to talk more about that, and I promise you here and now, this is me vowing, I have actually not been spoiled on this game. I have not watched anyone play it. I've actually done a pretty good job at avoiding spoilers. I purposely avoid spoilers once I figured out that people want me to play this, and I knew I was going to play it eventually. I'm only sort of prefacing all of this to sort of know where I'm coming from. I'm going to try to enjoy myself, but I am coming from a place where I'm a little bit worried, which is probably not a concern many people who play the game will have. I do think I'll enjoy it. But anyways, with all this said, let me take a sip of water. And we're going to doki up my moki here. Let's go. By playing Doki Literature Club, you agree that you are at least 13 years of age and you consent to the exposure of highly disturbing content. Not only am I over 13 years old, I'm actually twice that at the time of recording. I'm 26 years old right now. So you know what? You could take two 13-year-olds and both of them would be able to consent to this. So really, I'm consenting to this twice is what I'm saying. Team Salvado. This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. I mean, I just had the warning as well. So the other thing is, unfortunately, that, I mean, I understand why they put that message there, but that's a little bit telling. Like, okay, so given that some vision levels can go in fucked up directions, I'll say that, but they were kind of overtly warning. It's good to be sensitive to what people, you know, may or may not want to experience, but that's the unfortunate side to trying to keep something of a facade going on. So we got 4 anime girls. Their skirts are very twirly. In fact, frankly speaking, with the art style they're drawn in, they look almost like flower petals. Am I the one who sees that? Like, they look more like they're wearing fucking flowers than skirts. I think it's because they're more segmented. Anyways. Notably, all of them have something in their hair. I'm going to go from left to right. The one on the left has a red bow. She has hair ties. Pink-haired one there has that weird, I don't know what it's called. It's kind of like a hair braid, but it's not exactly. And then a white bow. Alright? I can't see my mouse right now, though. Let me see. Settings. My settings, I think, are pretty good. Keep myself to windowed. Skip unseen text after choices. I'll figure this out. Jeez, I literally cannot see my mouse right now. It's going to be a little bit difficult. Text speed. Oh, I got auto forward time. I don't know what that even means. What does auto forward time mean? Well, I'm going to put it here, I guess. Text speed's what I wanted to go for. I'll make it go a little bit faster than it currently goes. So go up to the D. Alright. Load game. I've got no save files, but I want it to look all the same. All the empty slots I can acquire for myself here. All looks good. Alright, new game then. Please enter your name. My name is AestheticGamer. Oh, I can't put in AestheticGameru. That was what I was gonna do. That's what I almost always call myself in visual novels. Alright. Can I be Dusky? Alright, I'm Dusky. Let's go. Enter work, and it works. And now, mysterious person. Hey! I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it just so kind of works out because you've known each other for so long? We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep most and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. Alright. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Alright, so we got Sayori. So, there's 4 girls and my main character, which means I guess I need to, of course, being me, I'm gonna put on silly voices, get prepared for that. I'm pretty sure plenty of people who play this game put on silly voices. Let's see. I guess I'm gonna give Sayori, I'm not gonna give them serious voices. I'm gonna see how the game goes if I give them into completely unserious territory. I'm gonna start with her. Ha! Ha! I overslept again! But I caught you this time! Oh, this is me talking. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me! That's mean, Dusky! Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me, after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. I'm gonna have fun with this. So, talking about this, obviously they're gonna probably to assign some tropes to all the characters going on. I'm curious where they might go with that, but all the same. I'm also looking at the background. There's, it's not. I'm just noticing that like one of the houses. Do you see the one right behind Sayori's head? There's like a copy-pasted house thing going on. It's a little bit hard to tell, not without a glance. But one of them's like a smaller scale version of the house that's literally in front of it. It's just kind of a copy-paste job. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Dusky! Have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I need to pay attention to the names. Unfortunately, since there's not another character portrait and they don't really move or anything, to demonstrate who's talking, I need to pay more attention to the name. So, I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true! Don't you see the name of our game? It's literally Doki Doki Literature Club! What club do you think you're gonna join? The sports club? Oh, Dusky, you're so immature! You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? You know, just this year and this year only, we're gonna join a club. That was our commitment to the Japanese school system. Given that I do think students are allowed not to have clubs, though it's definitely highly suggested in Japanese schools as opposed to most schools in other regions, I don't think that there is a... Correct me if I'm wrong on this, I'm thinking really hard. I'm even trying to think about places like Thailand and China. Given, like, I'm not going to say I personally had an experience in Thailand and China or anything like that, but I feel like those systems don't actually have extensive club systems like Japanese schools do. I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just being on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Okay, so we're basically a light novel main character, got it. I was talking about how I'm worried you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. I mean, I'm getting by okay, it's fine. I'm on the low level ready. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I'd die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. Well, okay. You trust me, right? Well, not really. I mean, I'm sure my character's gonna say they do, but frankly, me, myself, and I don't trust you. I'm just gonna stare you down. I'm just gonna give you a little eyes there, Sayori. Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. Given, you know, I know it's her concern about you, but you've got to make some decisions for yourself, man. You can't just be driven by the whims of others, given that we are faceless, nameless protagonists who, at the moment, maybe we'll get a face, maybe we'll get a name, maybe we'll get a personality, but really, you know, I know I'm supposed to inject myself into you, I'm supposed to be the player character going on, but I don't really think, I think you need to be a little bit more assertive. That's just me speaking for myself here, but if you just let yourself be dragged around, her concerns, like, I know she doesn't want you to be a NEET, wants you to get real skills, but the way that you get real skills is by you finding your own passions and things to follow and things to pursue in your own way to live, not by following others' orders. In the end, that's not going to teach you anything. You're just going to go through experiences with others. Now, you will learn stuff along the way, but that won't really make you responsible for yourself. Okay, anyways. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I was thinking that there's literally no one else drawn here, given that's really typical of visual novels, but you know, it's notable at least. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait for me if it's gonna make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know. Know what? Know that I have a blood vessel that literally just broke in my nose. Please take me to the doctor. There is blood spurting out of my nose to make my face fluctuate. Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah! There's no way I'm going to your club. Me. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. Well, I mean, the game's name is Doki Doki Literature Club. You're probably gonna... whatever, we're just gonna let events occur to lead us to the natural conclusion, I guess. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of Vice President. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on! Please! Why do you care so much anyway? Alright, right mouse button makes the text disappear, good to know. I accidentally pressed it. Well... I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Am I really loud right now, by the way? I probably should have asked this a while ago, but I actually have no idea how loud I am right now. Maybe I should turn myself down a little bit. I'm going to save my game for a second. Empty slot. Just because I'm going to mess around for a second, I'm going to click off the screen. I'm going to turn myself down just a little bit, but if I'm too loud or too quiet, please let me know, because I really don't know what my volume levels are right now. My problem is my mouse. For some reason, this game really likes making my mouse turn invisible, so I'm kind of like right-clicking to get my way over here. Alright, well, hopefully this is okay, but tell me if you guys want me to turn myself up or down or anything like that, please. Alright, back in the game. What's history? Oh, it's the transcript thing. Alright. How do I get back? Return? And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Sorry, I like doing the stupid laugh. Don't make promises you can't keep. Well, I mean, you're not really one to talk here, Dusky. You literally told her that you were going to join a club this year, apparently, and keep on agreeing to her, despite the fact you're not really sure or apparently even committed to keeping these promises you make. So, you know, monkey see, monkey do. I can't tell Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go! Immediately. Alright. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visited, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. I'm also going to make a little bit of a comment. Again, I'm super blind at the moment, though I'm vaguely aware this is probably a horror game based off people recommending this to me, and also the warnings at the beginning of the game are awfully suspicious. So I'm going to assume that the line, I sold my soul for a cupcake, is probably more aptly related than he currently thinks it is. I just thought that was probably some I'm assuming that there might be some foreshadowing going on, but I just feel like that line was a little bit weird in the first place. Especially since the music cut out right when it said it, so I was like, I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visited, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here! And now I'm going to have to figure out other silly and inappropriate voices to give in just a second, I'm sure. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. And now we've got Girl 1. Appropriate naming. So I don't know how long this game is, so I was thinking about voices I could do for longevity. Alright, so let me think here for a second. Thank you for telling me that there, Scotty. Apparently he says my audio's okay. If I was to give a silly, inappropriate voice to this character, and one I can sustain over a long period of time after doing other voices, what voice would it be? Here's my thinking. I'm thinking many people probably give these characters archetypical voices, because so far all the characters have designs and mannerisms which are to suggest what type of character personality they're supposed to be. Like, I've seen enough anime, I can probably guess just at a glance in this first line of dialogue what type of character she is. And that, people fill in a certain voice to fill into that sort of character role. If I'm going to think a little bit more about this, though, I think I personally am going to try and subvert that expectation and go in a very different direction. Sorry to any fan of this character, I've decided. Welcome to Lancer Club! It's a pleasure meeting you! I might give her also a southern accent, let's fucking go with it. Sayori always says nice things about you! Oh, now I got girl number 2. Okay, so we got haha and yuck! Well, that's what we do for her. That's easy to do, and I can do for a long period of time. Girl 2, so purple hair, pink hair. Pink hair... Let's kind of go low and raspy. Seriously? You brought a boy. Way to kill the atmosphere. And now we got other character. Girl 3. Alright, so they're having to select voices, all the inappropriate voices to go all days long. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this voice over a long-jaded period of time. This is my concern. There's a voice I want to do for her, but I'm afraid this voice kind of cuts out if I do a lot of other voices for extended periods of time. I might change her voice later if my voice starts cutting out. This voice is a voice I can only do for a certain period of time before it starts cutting out, so we'll see how this plays out for me. I'm going to give it a try, though.
Ah, Dusky, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club.
All words escape me in the situation, so we've given them all silly, inappropriate voices that everyone's going to hate me for. That's the goal. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What sort of wacky shenanigans are we going to get in this time? What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki? The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made the cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly in my ear. Oh, that's not what I said at all. Then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparatively more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right?
That's right. It's great to see you again, Dusky.
Monica smiles sweetly. We don't know each other, well, we really talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class, smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So having her smile at me generally feels a little like you're going into an anime harem situation? Completely. You too, Monica. Come on! Sit down, Dusky. We made room for you at the table, so you could sit next to me or Monica. The background currently shows desk, like classroom desk. We're in a classroom. I don't see the table, unless we're all like sat around one table, but, well, you know, who am I gonna judge? I'll get the cupcakes! Hey, I made them, I'll get them! Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened, so there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. I'm assuming I'm going to have to make a choice for who to sit next to. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Okay, so it's not a choice. Okay. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! And then Sayori goes, oh, whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. Meow. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute!
I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki.
Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious! Sayori walks or talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around on my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I... Baka! Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Indeed. Oh, wait, was that a fourth wall break? Made them for you or anything? I thought you technically did. Sayori said... Well, maybe. But not for you, you know, you dumbbell bee. Also nice hair swoosh pose right there. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom. Well, I thought she was talking because she popped up, but it's me talking. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, don't losing a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess?
Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you.
Yeah, here's a problem. Her voice is so much different than everyone else. I think I'm going to lose this voice. I should probably take another voice here from Monica. Unfortunately, I'm probably going to start losing it more and more during this Let's Play with some of the other voices I'm doing. Let's see. I guess I'll just do lighter toned.
Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you.
Sorry for anyone who wanted the other voice from Monica and my silly inappropriate voices that everyone's going to hate. But I'm just going to do this one just because it's easier to do. At the moment, since I'm pretty sure this is a visual novel with lots of talking, convenience should come first here. Instead of me trying to kill my voice over this. That's not... Everyone's fucking stuttering and blushing all up in here. I guess this isn't the literature club, more like the blush literature club. Got him. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be my pastime for me. I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow and smiles at me.
So, what made you consider the literature club?
I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. No, tell the truth. We're just gonna fucking make misunderstandings. Be honest. Oh well. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so...
That's okay. Don't be embarrassed. Well, make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone.
Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decide to start your own club? You could possibly be a board member for any of the major clubs. You're basing this off of one line that she said? I don't... You know, I'm not gonna question too deeply, but yeah. Weren't you leader of the debate club last year?
Well, you know.
Do people normally strike poses when they want to show off? It's like, hey, look, you're complimenting me. Time for me to turn a right 90-degree angle, turn my back over, and flip my skirt up.
Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. Books cost next to nothing in this day and age of the internet, so no concern. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream.
Monica really is a great leader. Also, they're holding hands. Okay. I'm gonna be kind of silly during this. I apologize ahead of time. No, actually, I'll take that apology back. You have to live with it, or you can want something fucking say. Yuri also nods in agreement, but no holding hands here. Then I'm surprised there aren't many people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club.
You could put it that way.
Let's see if I make her voice a little bit higher.
Not many people are very interested in...
No, actually, no, I shouldn't do that. It's going to force strain me at some point.
Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you both are both having fun and worthwhile, that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow into this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? And everyone's gonna go, yeah!
Yeah! We'll do our best! You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees, and also gets on screen. Group photo. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. It's almost like they all thread their personalities off of a trope page and trying to appeal to my very anime-esque attire. I did literally say before I came to this I was an anime video game player, so could it be that these girls presented in front of me are in fact trying to live out a trope fantasy just for me, myself, and I? If I'm living in a world where I myself am afraid that I'm going to become a NEET? In fact, Sayori was the one that invited me to this club in the first place. Could it possibly be that she knows that my interest in anime and video games would make this situation an ideal one for me, so they're all putting on an air just to try and get my personal attention to get me to join their club? It's a possibility. It's definitely something which could be considered. They all could be in on something greater than I realize. But we're going to continue. Monica must have worked really hard to just find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Or maybe, well... I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So Dusky, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. I like reading Google. I type in the phrase and anything pops up. You know, it's just this new age thing. I don't know if people in the Literature Club would understand. Manga. I murmur quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. Why is she blushing about me not being much of a reader? Is that her kink? Is she like, oh, somebody wants to join the literature club who doesn't really read except manga? Oh, that makes me so embarrassed. Anyways, well, that can change. What am I saying? What are you... Is that what you're saying? What is she doing? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer could be so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? I feel like this line is foreshadowing something, but I don't really know what yet. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Well, yeah, you know, I was totally not foreshadowing anything. I read a horror. Oh, I read a horror book once. Who are you, Dusky? You're not me. Read a horror book once? Get out of my sight, Dusky. I disown you as myself. You're not my player avatar. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at a minimal level. I read a Goosebumps book once. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. I mean, yeah.
Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you...
Oh boy. Oh boy, I don't like these foreshadowing signs going on right now. Okay, so I'm going to affirm again. I could be completely off, but I feel like there's a lot of foreshadowing work going on right now. And I've watched a lot of horror movies. I play a lot of horror games. I've even made my own little averting horror sign stuff. I'm feeling like there is some definite alluding going on right now. But I'm just gonna continue. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, I almost give her a southern accent because it's coming right after that one. Natsuki's eyes start over to me for a split second. Never mind.
That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki?
What? What gives you that idea?
You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called...
Don't say it out loud! And give that back!
Fine, fine.
Your cupcakes, your poems! Everything you do is just as cute as you are! Ha 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 ha! I'm gonna bite your cheek! Arrgh. You're so adorable, you taste adorable! You fucking little cute kitten, what are you, fucking kidding? I'm gonna fucking slide up right up behind you! Sayori that's actually what it says. Sayori slides with Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm gonna fucking eat you is what I'm gonna do! I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. You read a horror book once. Anyone who reads horror just can't get my high, cute literature. Not very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. I too am writing a novel. I submitted it to the newest book festival, and without any return, I've decided I'm gonna disown my own writing and live in disdain and fucking isolation for the rest of my life. I might bring a few cats, which means that Natsuki might be able to come along. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You might be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe you share some of your work and you set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. Yeah. I guess it's the same for Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. A moment in peace for ripping in peace reading poems.
Okay, I have an idea, everyone.
And everyone asked a question mark in a text box. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica.
Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other.
You fucking giving us homework?
That way, everyone is even.
Yeah! Let's do it! Rock and roll!
Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it'll help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Dusky?
Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Oh, hold on. There's still one problem. You haven't joined the club, right?
What's that?
Now that we're back at the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sorry may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I'm just gonna delete the inedible because the name of the game is Doki Doki Literature Club. I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. Are these dejected eyes? I guess so. All the dejected eyes. You know, I'm actually gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna save my game here. My mouse is kind of invisible, so I'm a little bit slow on the uptake there. I guess I'll overwrite there. Alright. I know I'm probably not very far into this, but yeah.
But... I'm sorry, I thought...
Dusky? You all... I'm defenseless against these girls. I need to start growing my hair. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. They also all got taller this fine day. They literally all stood like half a foot taller just right then. It turns out when you boost a girl's ego, they do grow in size. Yes, I'm so happy! Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey!
You really did scare me for a moment.
If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed.
Then that makes it official. Welcome to the Literature Club.
Yeah, thanks, I guess.
Okay, everyone. I think with that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note.
Make it on an actual good note. Make it like a musical note. A good musical note.
Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share.
Monica looks over at me once more.
Dusky, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Hey.
I'll do it appropriately this time. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? Hope I get to actually write a poem. Let me write a poem. Not give it in my hands, not this character's hands. I don't know what he's gonna fucking write. I want to write something. I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Dusky, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. As I think about them, they manifest literally in front of my eyes. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I just need to make the most of the circumstance, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Alright. Oh, do I actually get it right? No, I'm happy about that. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Alright. Well, visual novels often have some sort of minigame, so I guess this is this game's form of a minigame thing going on. Now my mouse is visible, so this might be a little bit difficult for me. Okay, so I better save here for the moment. I don't think I'm on a time limit, so which is good, because this is a little bit hard to play with my mouse doing its visibility thing. So think about words. Broken, fluffy, cute, dazzle, essence, hopeless, lollipop, calm, doki doki, heaven sent. There's already some suspicious words in this collection. So I need to fill 20 words. So you're supposed to use the archetypes to figure out what they would like to hear. Well, I don't really have a favorite girl right now. They're all kind of anime tropes to me. Until I know more about them, I can't really think about them as real people. Awesome, Monica's not here. Why am I not trying to impress Monica? That's a little bit weird. Alright, so let's see. Let me choose words I personally like. Now, I could be trying to win some girl's heart here. Maybe there's benefit of trying to aim for somebody. Try to think about what words are associated with them. Broken, fluffy, cute, dazzle, essence, hopeless, lollipop, calm, doki doki, heaven sent. I'm gonna be a depressing broken person, I think. I like broken. Let's fucking go once I can see my mouse. Here we go. Broken. Passion. Depression. Forgive. Heart. Fireflies. Analysis. Dream. Happiness. Lust. Hair. There's some words that are making me think some things about where this might be going, but we'll find out. I feel like these words probably have a little more importance than not. Lust. Let's see what that goes. That makes her happy. Secretive. Feather. Melancholy. Afterimage. Disoriented. Clumsy. Chocolate. Waterfall. Determination. Vibrant. Let's go waterfall. Dance. Joy. Clouds. Warm. Anime. Amazing. Despise. Ocean. Scene. Pink. Go for despise. I knew that'd make it. So all the depressing words go for her there. Let's see what happens. Skipping, party, dark, breathe, Valentine, massacre, nibble, lazy, philosophy, meager. I'm gonna go with breathe. Scars, treasure, fear, unending, jump, awesome, peaceful, crimson, vertigo, tears. I wanna go for fear. Oh, wait, why did fear make her happy? There's something more there, I'm sure of it. Boop, daydream, strawberry, giggle, marshmallow, fireworks, blanket, loud, alone, music. Let's go alone. That's, okay. So fear and alone are making, again. Special, empty, graveyard, bubbles, incapable, misfortune, incongruent, nature, covet, pain. Well, these are some words. Let's go empty. Alright. Aura, socks, uncanny, melody, atone, sadness, shame, family, vacation, disaster. I'm gonna go melody. I knew that made her happy. Rainbow, puppy, extreme, charm, anxiety, question, rain cloud, shiny, romance, kitty. So I'm trying not to think about how the words associate with the characters, but obviously, so it seems like quote-unquote deep and hoary words make Yuri happy. Natsuki's happy about cute things, and Sayori must be depressed because almost all the words that have anything to do with depression are making her happy, which definitely clues into the fact that she probably is dealing with depression. Alright, so let's think here for a moment. I'm trying not to think of them when I click these letters, but it's hard to when you start associating each word, I guess, means to one of the characters. Who should I don't want to, I don't specifically have a character which I'm gunning for at the moment or whatever, so I'm just gonna choose words I kind of like. I like rain cloud, I like rain. Email, fantasy, embrace, cry, ribbon, rain. I do like rain. Unrestrained, mouse, peace. I like peace if it gives raindrops, but I like the image of rain right now in my head, so that makes her happy. Wonderful, hot, playground, sparkle, together, sunset, comfort, entropy, contamination, color. I like the word sunset, so. Infallible, milk, agonizing, journey, fickle, destiny, tragedy, bliss, heartbreak, whistle, I'm gonna go bliss. Portrait, inferno, disown, pout, infinite, holiday, landscape, love, shopping, climax, I'm gonna go with inferno. Cheer, wrath, ambient, nightgown, misery, starscape, horror, excitement. I like horror. I like a few words here actually, but I'm gonna go with horror because I like horror. Cage, variance, uncontrollable, adventure, silly, cheeks, memories, skirt, flower, lucky. Let's go memories. Universe, pleasure, whisper, precious, frightening, vitality, pure, twirl, flying, sugar. I'm gonna try pure and see what happens. I thought she might be able to be about that one. Fun, kiss, rose, defeat, play, time, suicide, promise, bunny, beauty. I hope I get here what fucking I'm writing, because I feel like whatever I'm writing must be a load of nonsense. I don't know the words I'm choosing. You could make it work, but I'm just curious of what will happen out of it. I'm probably not going to hear what I wrote, but yeah, I'd be happy if you do, though. Fun, kiss, rose, defeat, play, time, suicide, promise, bunny. Part of me is afraid to click the word suicide, because who's going to be happy about me writing down suicide? That might be... Kiss is also another word. Who will be happy about me writing kiss? Defeat, rose. These two words, I feel, have weight to them. Do I want to choose kiss, or do I want to choose suicide? I'll choose suicide, and I think I know who's going to be happy about this, and that's kind of a big red flag. Oh, that's actually not who I thought was going to be happy about it. Though that does raise other questions. Okay. Death, grief, captive, disarray, electricity, papa, summer, sweet, friends, games. I'm going to choose the word sweet. Parfait, hope, tenacious, unstable, bed, explode, flee, sensation, headphones, smile. I'm gonna choose smile. Alright, let's see what the mess of a poem. I hope we get to hear it. Hi again, Dusky. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Oh, we caught you. Hi. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I can at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Well, thanks for keeping your promise, Dusky. As you say that, I'm going to go try and save my game. Alrighty. Right there you go. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making your dive headfirst in the literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me he didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Dusky always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sorry, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. You almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Dusky can become good friends too. I'm gonna play with my hair right now. Has my hair always been a single big old strand like this? Sayori? As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she is putting me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know. Wait, Sayori? Eh? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Back playing with my hair I go.
Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. Oh, what do I do?
I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking.
I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. So yeah, I wish I could see my mouse when I'm playing this game. So I want to click the save icon, but I don't know where my mouse is. There we go, save. But I save over this because I feel like I'm about to get a decision. But maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm being overly cautious. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches in her bag and pulls out a book. Is it a horror book? I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could discuss it if you want. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is almost buried in the book. I can't help but notice an intense expression like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Man, looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I slumped down to the nearest desk. How am I supposed to occupy myself with something literature related by myself like this? I guess I can always read some of the book Yuri gave me. I'm feeling a little too tired to read. I could probably fall asleep right now. I close my eyes and end up listening into Sayori's conversation with Monica. We're probably gonna seem really lame compared to all the other clubs, though. Well, we can't give up. The festival is our chance to show everyone what literature is all about. The problem is that idea of literature sounds too dense and intellectual. But it's not like that at all, you know. We just need a way of showing that to everyone. Something that speaks to the creative minds. That doesn't solve the problem, though. What do you mean? Even if we come up with the most fun thing ever, nobody will come in the first place if it's a literature event. So it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, you know? And after they come, we can do the thing to speak to their creative minds. What's this? Sorry is taking this really seriously. It's rare to hear her deliberating like this. That's a good point. In that case, do you think food will do the trick? Well, what kind? Well, I guess we could... Cupcakes! Good thinking. Natsuki would love to do that. Ah, you're right! Natsuki makes the best cupcakes! That works out perfectly! Now, here's my personal opinion. Food is a good one. I think that there's better ways to make people interested to check it out. But, you know, whatever you guys come up with, I'm gonna take some water here. Alright. That wasn't why you suggested it? Cupcakes speak to my creative tummy. Cupcakes it is, then. I'm hungry. I'm gonna eat you, Monica. Nom nom nom. Look at you. You're gone now, in my tummy, which is creative. Anyway, we still need to work out the details of the event itself. I find myself smiling. In the end, Sayori is still her usual self, but therein lies in the unexpected reason I admire her. Unlike me, who has trouble finding any motivation at all, Sayori can put her mind to things and make them come to life. I suppose that's why I end up letting her go on my case about things. I can't help but wonder what it would be like to see the world through her eyes. Oh, of course she's super close up and zoomed in. Ah! I opened my eyes to find Sayori's face filling my vision. I nearly fall in my chair. I'm sorry. Wait. Actually, I'm not sorry at all.
It's your fault for sleeping like that. This isn't a napping club. Does your school have a napping club? Does our school have a napping club? You're staying up late again, aren't you? Now that you're in a club, you're gonna have less time for anime, you know. You'll need to get used to it.
Don't say that out loud. I glanced over my shoulder to see if Monica overheard.
It's true, though.
Yeah, I know. You're always looking out for me, Sayori. Sorry, I keep on doing the laugh. I know it should be more like, but I just like doing it like that.
It's what I do best.
That makes me think of a Tigger line. T-I-double-G-R. That's how you spell Tigger. That's a problem. What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you?
Not every day.
So now that we have all the words that made her happy about, like, depression, oversleeping is often a sign of depressive attitude, so that's probably foreshadowing in itself. If she's sleeping in a lot, it's probably not that she's super sleepy, it's probably late. Well, we'll get to that. That's not very convincing. How many days this past week have you gone up on time?
It's a secret.
Okay. Showing a lot of the depressed signs, not wanting to talk about themselves, and instead keep it a secret is also another telling sign that somebody might have depression. People who put on airs to not appear like they were depressed, but are actually suffering through depression at certain episodes. That would be my guess, though. Let's see if my estimation ends up being correct. I knew it.
Come on! At least give me the benefit of the doubt.
I can't even do that. So some people who deal with depression also will actively lie about their condition. Anyways, we'll get into that. Look, Sayori, it's written all over you.
Yeah?
Sayori glances around at herself.
How is it written all over me?
You were clearly in a rush this morning. Look, your hair is sticking out all around here.
Ah!
I run my fingertips down the side of Sayori's hair, trying to straighten it out. Man, you really need a brush for this.
My hair is just really hard to get right.
I won't fall for that. There's more than just your hair. Look, your bow isn't straight either. And there's a toothpaste stain on your collar right here. I try to wipe off the stain with my finger.
But nobody would ever notice that.
Of course they would. Nobody's gonna tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. Fortunately, I really don't care about that.
Hey, you meanie!
You don't even keep your blazer buttoned up. Seriously, Sayori. Why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet?
Eh? That's super mean.
Sorry, but you'll have to thank me later. I started to button her blazer from the bottom. Once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind. We do the fucking laugh there again.
This is so funny.
What is?
Well, I was just thinking how weird it is you have a friend who does these kind of things. How weird it is to have a friend who does these kind of things.
Eh?
Don't.
Let me hear. This is me talking.
Don't say that. You'll make me feel weird about it, stupid. It's okay, though. I'm happy we're like this.
I also have to say, it's a nicely drawn scene, but that's a really weird angle. I can tell you that when I look at people, I don't see people in this sort of perspective. Like how it's like super fish zoom in eyes at a certain focal point, and then the ground looks so small in comparison.
Aren't you?
I guess.
Hey, be careful. The button might come off.
Why is this one so hard to close? I struggle to fully close the button near her chest. Does this thing even fit you properly?
It did when I bought it.
If you ever buttoned it, you would have noticed sooner that it doesn't fit you anymore. What are you smiling about?
It means my boobs got bigger again.
Don't say that out loud. Just fucking do the dumb laugh like that. Anyway, You look much better now, so... why does it feel strange to see Sayori's blazer buttoned up like that?
But it's so stuffy. Ooh.
I'm gonna do a little bit cuter than that, even with the dumb voice.
Ooh.
That didn't come out as expected.
Works for me, though. It's not worth it at all.
Sayori hastily unbuttons her blazer once more.
Phew! I just avoided the art team having to redraw everything with my blazer closed. We just had a scene. Haha, didn't want to draw me twice. That's so much better.
Sayori puts her arms out and twirls around.
So if I keep it unbuttoned, then I won't get a boyfriend, right?
What kind of logic is that?
Why are you saying this like it's a good thing? Because if I had a boyfriend, then we wouldn't even let you do things like this. Then he wouldn't even let you do things like this. You take care of me better than anyone else would anyway. So that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned.
Yeah, okay.
You're really trying to go down my romance path there, Sayori.
Stop saying all these embarrassing things.
Meanwhile, Dusky is dejecting and deflecting. I didn't say anything embarrassing.
Jeez.
Anyways, just focus on trying to wake up a little earlier. Only if you can focus on going to bed earlier.
Fine, fine.
It's a deal.
It's like doing it dumb like that. I can't get over that.
I guess we really are better at taking care of each other than we are taking care of ourselves.
Yeah, I guess so, huh?
So maybe you should come wake me up in the morning.
You're doing it again, Sayori.
Ah, but I was joking that time.
Man, it's impossible to tell with you sometimes. Okay, everyone. Everyone says a lot, don't they? Monica suddenly calls out, "Why don't we share the poems we wrote now?" Oh boy, oh boy. I hope I get to hear everyone's poems, including my own. I'm legitimately curious how it came out, so...
Yay! Dusky, I can't wait to read yours.
Yeah, same. I fail to sound enthusiastic, but Sayori still trots away to retrieve her poem. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with?
I can't wait!
What am I sharing? Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Find someone to share with? I'm gonna save here again just because it's a little bit there. My mouse is visible still, so it's kind of like playing a guessing game of where is my cursor at the moment. I just click enter. No, I need to find my mouse. Oh dear. This might be problematic. Okay, I found my mouse. There we go. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I hope we actually get to hear all the poems. I do. Including my own and whatever the fuck I constructed. I did the same myself. Oh no, we're gonna skip it, aren't we? Who should I show my poem to first? Oh, here's the choice I was waiting for. Okay, you know what? This is the second big choice. I guess I'll save here. Okay, so unfortunately I don't really have a favorite character yet still. They all are kind of just there. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, Monica. Currently, Sayori's the character we've had the most playtime with, so she's definitely the one that we kind of have the biggest idea of who she might be. Natsuki hasn't really appeared too much yet, so maybe spending a little more time with her would be a good decision. Yuri has talked a lot in the few scenes he has. She seems so shy on the outside, but talks a lot about books and things she's happy about. She also did a nice gesture for us earlier. Monica currently has been mostly in the background so far. We don't really know anything about her. She doesn't really talk about herself, and usually when she talks, she's talking about leading the literature club. So we don't really know much about how or where she is at this point in time. So Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, Monica, if I had to choose. I would ask the chat, but I'm going to try and make a decision for myself right here.
Hi, Timmy. I guess we're gonna give a solid attempt to say hi to Natsuki? Team Yuri. We've had the most dialogue with Sayori, so unfortunately, Sayori, I'm gonna skip out on you for the moment. Natsuki, possibly, but yeah, at the same time, Yuri and Monica. Well, thank you, Timmy. I guess I'm gonna try... We haven't really talked to Natsuki. Let's fucking talk to Natsuki and see what happens. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's possibly only fair if I shared mine with her first. So for the people who just came in, please don't spoil me on the game. I'm playing it blind right now. I've been purposely avoiding spoilers. I'm also giving them incredibly inappropriate voices, so just kind of ready for that. Well, it's about time. Excuse me. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It didn't evoke many emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your taste. Do you want to get smacked? She's gonna fucking smack me back and forth like a little bitch. I'll pass. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Alright, so we can read here. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. The way that fucking poem ends there. See, I'm trying to see if there's like a hidden message here. Well, is this click here outside poem area to continue? Well, thank you for telling me. Yeah. I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it, which honestly, it was fine. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Because you didn't get a fucking player. I didn't answer it. It's my character talking. Duskies is trying to represent my face right now. Well, because everyone in high school thinks that Ryan has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my Ryan seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your Ryan style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly! I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. I think there's complexities and simplicity stuff, so I can actually understand where she's coming from. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. The feeling that people can try, but it doesn't result. You know, that's actually a concerning line. I think you're alluding to something here, Natsuki. So you did. Talk about playing novels, that's no surprise. I simply know what the game is about, that's why I won't even launch it myself, and it ruined it for me. I've actually been very fortunate. I know for this game caught on, and I'll say this. I said this at the beginning of the stream, but I'm going to say it again. Because I mostly play horror games, and when this game first came out, people kept on telling me to play it. I pretty much already know, okay, this has to be a horror game. But I did a good job at avoiding it. Once I realized people want me to play it, I did my best to avoid spoilers. And I'm only playing it right now because this game has started popping up even more around the place, and I want to play it before somebody spoils it for me. That's kind of why I'm playing it right now. And I decided to play it late at night in the hopes that nobody would spoil it for me, but yeah. I don't know exactly what happened, but we'll go with it. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. Well, that's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? I didn't even realize you're the youngest one here. Yeah, guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Who should I show my poem to next? I feel like whoever I choose last is not going to be a good way. We'll have a moment with Yuri. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine. Don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that might be after reading through it. So it's that bad. No! Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri brushes her hair in her hand. She keeps on doing that too. She has a little hair. I'm gonna fucking tear my hair off. Like books? Fun. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter and they fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased, though. Biased? How? Literally, Natsuki's the only person I've talked to before you. Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Oh, she's a gossip girl. Come on, girl, give me the juicy details. You know you want it, you fucking spill it on me. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, or to me, to Natsuki, or to God. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, wasn't this supposed to be a literature club? Oh boy, can I read this? Ghost, I'm gonna read it in this voice. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath with the amber glow. Why does her hair keep on coming back into this? Like, she keeps on grabbing her hair and her hair keeps on being commented on. Now she writes a poem and the first thing is about hair. Anyways. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm breathing the air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. That sounds like a Lovecraftian line. Stare into the abyss, but the abyss stares back. Except okay. The music transitioned nicely there. I'm sorry to have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. Well, that wasn't here talking, was really talking, but you know, what do I know? But it took you a long time to read it. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I liked the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you in a ghost, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all, Dusky. I know. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it, after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and expressions or experiences in their words. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. Are you trying to tell me you're a Lovecraftian monster in disguise? I did like saying Uda, though, so what does that say about me? In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past. and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of it like that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe one day I too will understand symbolic ghost. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Alright. Who should I show my poem to next? Sayori. Let's see what you guys are up to here. Don't like books either? Different people like books and other people dislike it, but we're just having fun here in Literature Club land. I think the assumption is that people will be in the Literature Club, they read a visual novel because they have to read it to get through it, but, you know. Oh my goodness! This is so good, Dusky! I love it! I had no idea you were such a good writer! Sayori... You must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. Honestly, I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either. Sayori, that's a really concerning line. Let's laugh at the fact that I'm very confused in this world and I don't have an identity and I'm trying to find my footing at this fragile age and time in my life, but I have no idea where I belong in this world. Jeez. Yuri's opinion was way more constructive than this. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it? Yeah? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of other people, you know. So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem. It's a Dusky poem. Haha, cha-ching. And that makes it feel extra special. To the point I can eat it all up. Give me your fucking paper. I will consume it right in front of you. Like I can feel your feelings in it. Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. You're so weird, Sayori. Fucking love doing this dumb laugh. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm staying in front of you in the club room. What? I don't understand this line, actually. Okay, so he's trying to say it probably in reference to the fact that his presence in the club room means that he's part of the club, but his paper means that... Okay, well, I get it, but... well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Dusky. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know. Trying new things like this for other people, that's something the only really good people do. There's a lot of red flags being set off right now. That's not strictly what good people do, is just to do things to make others happy. In fact, that with what you said earlier, Sayori, about the line, specifically about how somebody, you don't really know what you like yourself, and yet you do things for me all the time, and some of our dialogue earlier exchanging, there's a lot of signs that she doesn't really know who she is and doesn't know herself that well. And she's just trying to do what she perceives to be good, and which would then imply then that she's probably cutting out parts of herself which she views to be bad. And if she's cutting out parts of herself that she needs to be bad, that usually is kind of a self-destructive way of thinking. That can lead into sort of a spiral, which often leads into depression, and that is kind of worrying. Sayori, I think you probably need to go see a therapist. There's a lot of red flags being set off right now. We'll find out what happens, I guess. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. And then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah! And I'm going to make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear Sunshine, the way you glow through my... I was about to sing it in a song tone because of the music, but I shouldn't do that because it doesn't really rhyme or go to that sort of rhythm. Dear Sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Oh boy. kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me fit, or making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. A few concerns here. Also, has all the themes been different for each of the girls when we get to read their poems? I feel like this song isn't the same as the last one, but I'm going to pay attention because I still need to read Monica's, so... Sayori. This is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No! Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially the last line. I made eggs and toast! Ha 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 ha! Why won't you notice the subtle inquiries in my writing, Dusky? Even though you were late to school? It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyways, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun! Monica's the best! Yeah. For next time, I won't forget. Wait. What? That was a little bit random. Why are we talking about breakfast and she just exclaims Monica's the best? I was gonna save here because I'm almost done with my choices here. Just one person to listen to. Well, right there. I'm just... And I'm going to write the best poem ever! Well, I guess I look forward to it. Who should I show my poem to next? I guess Monica time. Now, Monica, do you have more of a personality than it seems so far? I hope so, but...
Hi, Dusky. Having a good time so far?
Yeah.
Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything... If you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening.
She's still speaking like a spokesperson for the club more than an actual person.
Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay?
Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in.
Anyway, want to share your poem with me?
It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to.
Don't worry, Dusky. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon.
Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem.
I like this one. It makes me think of something Sayori would like.
Is that so?
You and Sayori are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had those sort of things in common.
Well, we may be good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different.
Well, that may be the case. But maybe there are also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you, it sounds like the two of you really care about each other's well-being.
Monica, she's either talking about the literature club or the people in the literature club, not herself, so I don't really have a good idea at the moment of who I mean, she's obviously club president, intellectual, but she seems more like a tutorial character right now than an actual person. Her personality isn't really shining through what she's doing, outside of being, I guess, responsible.
Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you'd think. So I think that's the kind of vibe I get when reading your poem.
You sure you're not reading into it too much?
I could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri. But in any case, Sayori's rhyme has kind of a gentle feel to it. I can tell she likes exploring with emotions or explore. I for some reason think exploring would work there, but with emotions like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too?
Yeah, that's totally unexpected.
Well, to each their own. And you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either.
I'm sure you'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I get comfortable doing this.
That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Everyone loves you defaultly because you're the main character.
Oh, I'm really just a rock in human clothing.
Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good.
You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good.
Well, that's because because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know.
I see.
Well, let's read it then.
Yeah, okay, the music definitely changed. Last one was guitar, this is piano. Alright. Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the sparkle protrudes. A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend, I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel blind like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he on the other side was looking in. So I'm not sure if there's supposed to be Lovecraftian influence on this game, but this poem and the poem written by Yuri seemed to me to have some Lovecraftian influence with how they're writing. Like from the idea that there's a bigger cosmic horror and things that, for those who don't know anything about Lovecraft, there's the idea that there is basically forces that we can't control. We're just insignificant specks that are completely altered by beings greater than ourselves. The idea of cosmic horror, the fact that humanity only gets to live and exist how it does because we are just insignificant, nothing more but ants or even less than that to greater beings again, and that the stirrings of these greater folks or greater beings and entities influences us. Just the mere sight of them drives a person mad as they can't understand them. And usually the idea of reality twisting around us, as that leads to a sort of scenario where people just can't comprehend their own situation and are compelled to do something and go into sort of a natural act in the presence of beings that are greater than them. And I don't know why, but her poem and Yuri's poem specifically both seem to have heavy Lovecraftian influence to me. Like this one, it's not just about looking out, looking in, it's the idea that you're inside of a dark hole, but realizing that the hole is infinite choices, things that you can't comprehend, and that you're already there, basically. The idea that you aren't just about to make infinite choices, you're already inside the infinite choices. So if you're in every infinite possibility, then the idea is that somebody's looking into you, which almost makes it seem like Monica's expressing herself like a Lovecraftian monstrosity. Now, I don't actually know if that's how it's going to play into this. Like, Yuri's poem also mentioned something flickers and she flickers back. So putting the poems together, there's kind of a Lovecraftian image that's being displayed here, which I'm not sure how relevant that's going to be to this game. I'm holding my theories at the moment, but I'm definitely noticing that sort of deeper Lovecraftian meaning. I'm not sure if that's even an influence here, but it's what I'm pulling from it, so anyways.
So, what do you think?
It's very free form, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback.
It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful, especially against living things.
What was the inspiration behind this one?
Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently?
Monica, that's concerning if I understood your poem correctly. Well, let's see what you have to say about it.
It's been influencing my poems a bit.
Okay, so I was just talking about how people can start being influenced by cosmic powers greater than themselves. She's saying that something's starting to influence her. Definite Lovecraft calls I'm getting right now. But okay. An epiphany?
Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, am I gonna fucking get adopted into some Cthulhu?
Vataga Cthulhu.
Here's Monica's writing tip of the day. What are you, a fucking tutorial character? Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening.
Like, okay, wait. Why would she just randomly give Monica's writing tip for the day? That reminds me of those cartoons that end off like, like what Sonic says in the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog or Zaboomafoo. But that's... like, why would she just randomly say this? It's like, we didn't ask for a writing tip, and we didn't have that difficulty, so she's coming off more like a tutorial character that's trying to speak to the player more than an actual person in the story at this point in time. Anyways, phew. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. What is this hypocrisy? Let's see, I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. Now, is it because I talked to them first, or that I'm focused on them, or is it just because I haven't had as much time with them so far? They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow into frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly.
What's with this language?
Eh?
Did you say something?
Oh, it's nothing.
Natsuki dismissively returns to the poem to the desk with one hand.
I guess you could say it's fancy.
Thanks. Yours is, cute.
Cute? You completely missed a symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feelings of giving up. How could that be cute?
Well, at least he's being upfront about it. I'm gonna say my game there.
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple suggestions.
If I was looking for...
See that makes sense. Their accents right now.
If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it. And Dusky did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all...
Excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And Dusky liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly. Oh boy, I know what's coming. You're gonna ask me which poem I liked more. Oh boy. I wonder if it's because I want to talk to these two first.
boy, oh boy, oh boy. I'm getting ready. I'm trying to think in my head right now. What do I want to answer this with? I might do it. I remember both their poems still. I think I've got a pretty good memory, but if I had to choose between their poems, I better make a preemptive decision right now. If I go,
Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
That's not what I... You're just...
Yuri stands up as well.
Maybe you're just jealous that Dusky appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours.
And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more?
Oh boy. I'm gonna go save my game because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to choose between them pretty shortly. I like the music playing right now, actually. Even though it kind of sounds UFO-y, but...
Are you full of yourself?
No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy.
Oh wow, Yuri, calling her out over there.
Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew sizes bigger as soon as Dusky started showing up.
What? What?
Natsuki?
Oh, okay, because padding. Okay, I get what they're trying to say there.
Natsuki, that's a little...
This both them. This doesn't involve you, Delio.
I don't like fighting, guys!
Suddenly both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there.
Dusky? She's just trying to make me look bad.
That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple rhyme is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place.
I'm excuse me, I'm messing up accents.
Then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Dusky.
Well, wait. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey a complex feeling and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Dusky?
I'm gonna say this because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to get a choice. The problem is, I like both styles. So... Well, maybe a moment. Excuse me there. How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whoever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So, of course, it's gotta be... Save at the actual choice. Okay, so let's discuss this for a second. I think both of them have their merits, and in the end, it's not really about who's right, because frankly speaking, neither of them are really right. They're both just different. The difference doesn't really make a difference. It just comes down to personal preference. Both of them have their pros and their cons. Natsuki, Yuri... So really the extension of the question is, do I want points with Natsuki? Do I want points with Yuri? Or I guess Sayori? Sayori might be happy if I depend on her. But I'm going to try and pick between Natsuki and Yuri. Thankfully, you have infinite time to think of these situations. It was obvious where this conversation's direction was going, but I'm not even really... If I had my personal say in this, I'd say what I'm just saying to you guys right now. I think they both have their own merits. And I think it just comes down to more of a personal side of taste. I enjoyed both of them for different reasons. I guess I'm going to side... I'm going to side with Yuri right now. I think that Natsuki is making this a little bit too personal, given that Yuri kind of had some comebacks there, but she was just responding. Time I guess I'm not negative points Natsuki, though. Natsuki. Wait, I'm a dancer Yuri. Oh boy, I just said the wrong thing. I mixed up their names in my head. You're right that I liked your poem.
See?
Wait. That's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different.
That's not what happened at all. Yuri won't even take my poem seriously.
I understand. Yuri? Okay, so I actually meant to pick Yuri, but I accidentally picked Natsuki. So I guess we got what we got. I just, for some reason, last minute, I mixed up their names in my head. I meant to pick decide with Yuri, though. Whatever, I'm gonna live with my consequences. You were a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed. Well, that's... But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it, and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute. I see. I didn't notice that. I'm sorry. But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place.
Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that...
Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too?
Natsuki clenches her fist. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped at this point, being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up feeling a bit bad for her.
Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head. Sayori, she doesn't need to. You know what? I'm going to do that. It'll spare me from having to look at all your faces right now.
Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem up from the desk and storms out. On the way out, she crumbles up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash.
Natsuki?
She really didn't need to do that.
I look across the room, and suddenly I too remember high school drama. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in an adjacent chair. Everything alright? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. No, Yuri. How can anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. Now, Dusky, why are you being such a suck-up? Say hi. I don't think any less of you.
Well... Alright, I believe you.
Thanks, Dusky. You're too kind. I'm thankful to have you as part of this club now. It's nothing. One more thing. That one thing Natsuki said about you know, I would never do anything so shameful. So, yeah. What thing did Natsuki say?
Yeah.
Well, never mind that. I'm just gonna go make some tea. Good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah.
Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems?
It was a lot of fun.
Well, I'd say it was worth it.
It was alright. Well, mostly.
Dusky, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone.
Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow.
And maybe you learn something from your friends too.
So your poems will turn out even better.
I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those who I want to impress. And nod to myself with newfound determination. And she comes back to give me a little piece of my mind here. Dusky, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier.
What do you mean?
You know, between Yuri and Natsuki? Does that kind of thing happen often?
No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that.
Well, you know, I have a weird comment to make about that. So, have you guys ever looked into animal behaviors? Now, humans are animals, of course, but what it makes me think of, despite the fact that I know because we're in sort of the harem setting, if you have a pack of purely male or female animals together, and then you introduce the opposite sex into the mixture, just like one male, one female, into the opposite gender, the attitudes of those around them change. In different ways, of course. There's also the independent on the individual and all that, but people become sometimes, even if a stranger is brought to the group, the same thing happens, but with the opposite sex, because of certain things, they'll change the behavioral attitude, and I guess both of them got kind of typically more competitive, I guess, because obviously we're in the harem setting, so then the assumption is that everyone in the quote-unquote pack is after Dusky at the moment. He is the targeted goal, and because of the introduction of me, that would mean that the two of them feel like they have to prove superiority a bit more in that sort of competitive environment, which is probably, yeah. Now, I'm not saying that's what happens anytime that happens in a human social situation, but because we're in this hypothetical harem situation where literally everyone has fallen for me sort of deal, then that leads to a situation of competitiveness to try and prove one's worth and superiority sort of deal. Anyways, it's just, I don't know what I'm thinking about fucking Animal Planet right now, but continuing.
I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you?
No, I don't hate them. I just want your opinion, that's all. I can see why they make good friends with you.
Phew. You know, Dusky, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too.
No, there's actually a concern here I have with this too, based on things Sayori has been saying and doing, but I guess we'll get to that. That's...
Every day is gonna be so much fun.
Looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's do this. Oh, straight into this then. Let me get back to the save thing there. Save. And now we're done with our first page. Now I'm actually going to say something a little bit unfortunate. I should probably get a little bit of sleep for tomorrow. We will play this tomorrow. I'm going to put down my objectives. I will try to finish this tomorrow. I'll start a little bit earlier in the day, so it's not like 4 a.m. my time when we start. But I should probably cut off for the moment. I'm intrigued right now. Still a lot more to see though. I'm still gauging some things. I'm not really sure how right or wrong my inquiries and thoughts are at the moment, but I'm curious, and we'll see how I guess it continues. until next time, I guess I'll bid you guys adieu. This is kind of a sudden stop. I just realized, oh wow, it's getting late. I knew I started late, but all the same. This has been This has been Doki Doki Literature Club, not Dusky Literature Club. Though I guess it could be Dusky Literature Club. Till next time, I shall bid adieu to all of you.